Isn't it? Also later on this morning, going to speak about the elusive, the never-ending search for the Thylacine, the Tasmanian tiger. A couple of local blokes reckon they know, if it exists, where it would be living. So that'll be very interesting. We speak with artist Bill Flowers about his search for the Thylacine. G'day, Charles Maxwell here for your mornings. Since the last known Thylacine died in 1936, the search for wild Tasmanian tigers has proved fruitless, despite nearly 4,000 unconfirmed sightings on the mainland and also here in Tasmania. Well, a Tasmanian zoologist and a local artist have teamed up to conduct yet another search for thylacines, easy for you to say, this time in the northwest. Bill Flowers, also known as the snake artist, is part of the latest quest, and he joins me on the phone. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning.
Now, Bill, what makes you think that thylacines may not be extinct?
Well, actually,
probably more of a skeptic. I think they probably are extinct. There's just a little part of me that thinks that maybe they're not.
I think there's a little part of everybody that like to think that, isn't there?
Yes, well, we do get lots and lots of reports, but then again, we also get reports about UFOs as well.
But there is a lot of habitat out there, and I think that there is enough habitat to possibly support thylacines. As I say, we are probably, Chris and I are probably both
80% sure they're already gone, but we're just out there in the wild looking in places at wildlife where thylacines, where we think it's most...
Well, you've teamed up with zoologist Chris Copeland, and where does he think the most likely place is that they may still be living?
Oh, there's a few places around Tasmania. There's the northeast, northwest, and probably down the centre a bit, around Bronte Park, places like that. We do get some nice, well, very interesting, I shall say, reports of these places, and probably down the west coast as well. But a lot of these sightings usually aren't, usually people don't get photographs, and knowing wildlife like we do, it is very hard, if you've got a very shy animal, to get a camera out in time and to get a good photograph. It's one of the things that's very difficult to do, so we're sort of left with people's reports, and until we can sort of get out there and maybe put a lot more stealth cams out in certain areas, we won't really know.
Are you there? Oh, seems to have lost Bill there. Maybe his phone got knocked over by a thylacine. Tell you what, we might have a little bit of a break. We'll try and get on to Bill and find out more about thylacines. 27 past 10.
Got cut off somehow. I thought you didn't like what I said and cut me off.
Got Bill Flowers back on the line. Are you there, Bill?
Yes, I'm back on the line.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. Our technology went awry. Now, you're talking about using technology like stealth cams. What other sort of technology are you using in your search?
Well, stealth cam's probably the big thing that's very easily accessible for just the modern day, whereas searchers in the past probably haven't had that technology. They had things similar where they've rigged up Super 8 cameras at a great expense, but now it's become very affordable to look in more areas. But we're also looking at the whole ecology. We're looking at possible food sources for thylacines. Could certain places support thylacines? Because they don't just live on air and water. They need to have something to eat. They need a place to den down at night. We're looking basically at the land to sort of see if that's what's there, if it's possible.
Now, this is an interesting question, but I was thinking, if and when you did find a thylacine, would it be tempting not to tell anyone?
It would be very tempting.
It would probably turn into a bit of a circus, wouldn't it?
I would be very reluctant to give away any location if we found the thylacine.
If the thylacine is out there, I think the first thing in mine and Chris's mind would be the preservation of this species, how to protect it. And so that's where we'd put our heads together and sort of think, what's the best course of action here to protect an extremely vulnerable species?
And when does your next search continue? When are you going bush again?
Oh, as soon as Chris and I have a few days off, we'll be back out. We're certainly days off, we're going to set up stealth cams in certain parts, and they can sort of sit there for a week or two, and then we go and check them. It's good. It's sort of like having somebody there stay watch without being too cold.
Definitely. Well, look, we've put your latest video up on our website at classichits.net.au so people can see what it involves getting out there. You had an interesting bump on the side of your tent once last time you were out, is that right?
We did, yes, and I think, as I said on the video, every bump in the night, the default setting in our head is not thylacine. We had cooked some sausages. It could have been a devil going by, or we had seen some wombat droppings, so it probably was a wombat.
could have been anything, I suppose.
Did give me a scare, though.
Bill Flowers is continuing a long tradition of searching for thylacines. Bill, good luck, and thanks for your time this morning.
Okay, thank you.
No worries at all. Coming up, today's Mayor's Message with Bernie Mayor Steve.